what role modeling we do. And I talked about the dentistry story when I campaigned last year in 2005. And this guy called the campaign or wrote us or something and said, I don't know who you are, I don't care who you are, but you can solve this problem on my street, I'm going to vote for you. And the problem was that every day at around 3 o'clock, we had about 20 kids congregate at the end of the street, block traffic, create mayhem and all that sort of stuff, and killing the neighborhood of that particular street. And so we couldn't find his number, so I had to go and visit him directly, and I asked my team to put together a long list of voters on that street. And I go there at around 3:15 or so, the other kids are about 20 of them, at the end of the street. And I first go to the guy's house to have a conversation with him, he wasn't there, and let the note. And I'm walking down the street, and I'd say 5 guys were beating the heck out of this one guy. It was some sort of stupid animation issue. So I walk by, I stop, and I said, is that really how you guys want to treat each other? You can imagine where they told me to go. In fact, the guy who was getting pounded was the most vocal. And I said, well, I'm not trying to be a parent. It was just hard for me as an adult to walk by and not say anything. And so I kept knocking on doors, and they're still doing their thing. And every door I knocked on was like, can you do something about these kids on the street? And I said, well, that's partly what this campaign is about, but it's not just these kids on Denton Street, there are kids everywhere with the same issue. And I made my way around, and then the kids came over and said, hey, you! We want to talk to you. And I said, okay, but let me finish my conversation with this very nice lady. And I finish up, and I go out, and they sort of surround me, and they say, are you the mayor? And I say, no, I'm running. And they said, you have to help us. And they talked about most of the kids were at the Theater School, which is an alternative school for kids who can't quite make it in the traditional setting. And I said to them, well, first of all, we're at the Theater School, which means you haven't been doing what you need to do in the regular school, so take responsibility for that. But it goes back to the high expectations thing, that no matter where you are, what you look like, what your background is, adults need to have high expectations for our children. And we got 2 of the kids out of that 20 to start working on the campaign, which was very exciting for me. Had a few conversations with their parents, and they did some of the biking. They would drop into the church doors. They weren't quite the door-to-door people yet. That is something that needs to be groomed over time. But I saw these kids who were incredibly disrespectful and aggressive and angry totally change.